This morning, we're clearing the air on smog check programs from test only to Gold Shield. Not all smog tests are the same. Our auto guy, Bowersock, is here to make sure you're not throwing money out the window just to make sure your car isn't a polluter.
Good morning.
Good morning, Brian. Now, I recently had my car smog checked as well, and it said test only. Why are some cars test only and others not?
The state of California has test only directed vehicles. Number one, so they can track how our smog program's working.
Okay.
If we're actually cleaning up the air with the smog program. There's two type of vehicles that are directed to test only. One is what we call a HEPA vehicle, which is a high emitter profile. Those are vehicles that typically fail smog checks and are high emitters of emissions. They're all directed to test only. And then other vehicles, like we were talking about your vehicle earlier, they have a lottery because test onlys are guaranteed so many vehicles per year. So they will actually pull those out of there.
So what's the Gold Shield? Is that a better test? Does it give us something more?
There's no difference. There's test and repair. There's Gold Shield stations, then test only. The tests are all run exactly the same. The difference is what the stations do. Test only can only test vehicles. That's all they can do. If your vehicle fails, they can't diagnose it or repair it. Test and repair can repair or test, do regular tests that aren't test only directed. And then the Gold Shield is the same as test and repair, but their repairs are guaranteed for a certain amount of time that your vehicle will pass smog afterwards. And they can also certify gross polluter vehicles, and a Gold Shield station can certify a vehicle that's failed at a test only after it has failed at the test only.
So if you have failed, is it better to take it to a Gold Shield because the repairs are guaranteed?
Typically, because Gold Shields are tracked by the state to make sure that their repairs are successful. Otherwise, they're kicked out of the Gold Shield program. Oh. So Gold Shield stations follow a little bit more stringent guidelines than a regular test and repair station, yes.
All right, and I was shocked when I was shopping around to find out that there was a huge price difference, even I was looking for only test-only sites, but still the price range anywhere from $20 to $30 difference for the same exact thing.
Yeah, the test, obviously the price is not regulated by the state, so therefore different facilities charge different. You can go anywhere from, I've seen them in the high 30s up to some of the dealerships are $120, $140
wow.
for the same test.
Now, are there certain areas that could be cheaper, or is it just you just have to call around?
Well, there's two type of areas. Now, there's an enhanced area like San Diego County, and then outlying areas, Ramona out there, is unenhanced, which will be changing soon. They're telling us to all enhanced. But if you live in an enhanced area, you cannot get a smog test out there. It's a different type of test. So you have to do it in the area that you're required to.
All right, and so when people are going in, anything in particular they should look for when they're going in to have their smog tested?
Not necessarily. If you're test only directed, it'll state on your paperwork. If you read the paperwork, it comes from DMV. It will say required at a test only facility. You need to go to a test only facility. Other than that, you can almost pick anywhere. I would suggest picking a reputable place that you get your car serviced.
All right. Thanks very much, Brian.
No
and if you have a question for Brian, you can log on to our website at fox6.com, and there's a little link to his Hot Topics section there where you can ask him a question.